You have made it to the model training section of this course. Let's have one final look at our dataset before we begin training. It should have 1000 images plus, and 20% of those images should be in the val folder. If you want a good example of a dataset, I've uploaded my personal dataset to Udemy. It includes common false detections the model may run into, like my crosshair. Let's start by zipping our dataset. This is to upload it to Google Colab later. Once it's done zipping, open your browser, search up YOLO v5, and head to the GitHub page. Scroll down until you see the Google Colab notebook icon. Click on it. This should open Google Colab. Let's start off by uploading our dataset. Drag and drop the zip folder, and it should upload. While the dataset is uploading, let's run the first cell. This will clone the GitHub repository of YOLO v5. Once that's done, let's mount our Google Drive. There should be an icon here called Mount Drive. Click on it, and then run the cell it points you towards. The Google Drive will allow us to save our model output. Refresh your files. You should have the YOLO v5 folder and your Google Drive here. Click on the YOLO v5, click on Data, and download coco128.yaml. Open up this file. Now, we don't need this. And we don't need this. All we need is this. The initial path should be what our dataset is named. So keep the dot dot and slash here, and it should just be dataset. Now our train folder, and the val folder. Now this is what my format looks like, and so should yours. Now for classes. Delete everything until you only have 2 different classes. Now this should be the same order as you have your labels in. So for me, it was enemy, then enemy underscore head. And save. Open back Google Colab, and drag and drop this into the same folder where you got it from, which is data. Close that. Now we can get to training. Before that, let's open our drive. Create a new folder in your Google Drive. Name it Output Models. This is where your output path will be. I forgot to unzip our dataset. To unzip our dataset, create a new cell. Should be exclamation mark unzip dash Q. Then copy the path, paste it, dash D dot dot slash. There you go. I have unzipped my dataset. Now to begin training. I recommend training at maximum image size you can get because Valorant has very small entities. With small detections, a larger image size is recommended. You can keep batch size at 16, but if training is slow, you can bump it up to 32. Epochs, put it at 300 for now. YOLO v5, the training will usually stop once it gets overfitted, so now you need to change this path. Your new data path should be in YOLO v5, data. I forgot we need to rename this file. I forgot to rename the file when I uploaded it, so it just replaced the previous Coco YAML. So copy path, replace this path here. Batch size 16. I'm gonna bump it up to 32 so it trains a bit faster. And I'm gonna bump up the image size to maybe 736. Now this is the type of model you'll train. There's YOLO v5S, YOLO v5L, there's different variations, and we want the one that allows for the fastest speed, and that's YOLO v5N. This is their nano model, and it's very quick. To save our output folder, put -- project, and at the end of it, copy the path of your output. And drive, my drive, output model. Now this should be the full setup, and you should be able to run it. Very quick and easy process, and that's basically it. That's all you need to train it. So once it's done training, I will show you where we can find it and how to download it. Okay, my cell had finished running, but I was inactive, so my runtime disconnected me. However, it should be all okay, as it should save to my output folder in my Google Drive. So I'm gonna go to my Google Drive. Should be in output models. Here it is. This stuff is for data analytics. These are the stats of my model. Here are some example images on it running on my Val images. Val images are used to tune the model. So it seems to be working pretty well here. It's not detecting my friendlies. So to download it, go to weights, and you want to download best. Once it's done downloading, drag it and put it in your cheats folder. In the next video, I'll teach you how to install PyTorch, which will allow us to run our first inferences with our AI model.